Hey everyone, it's Ty with Spicy Exotics. Today we want to do a follow-up video from a few days ago on our little test with the stigma being super wet from heavy downpour of rain and using some refrigerated pollen to basically see if we could set fruit. So let's go take a look. I don't think we had anything happening in this particular area here, so we wrapped up our video looking at a Hana variety, and this is the flower here. And as you can see, I want to point out, you can see this line. That typically means that this will turn into a fruit. When you see that the entire stem turns yellow, you usually have a failed flower bud. So this particular flower looks like it's going to set fruit, which we're real excited about. While we're here, it's early June, and we're getting some of first buds here. As you can see, it's a David Bowie variety, and it's loaded with flower buds. We have a older flower bud here, probably a few days old, that is. Here's some more new emerging flower bud on this white flesh. So we're getting some activity on our white flesh variety, so we're pretty excited about that. So all of our dragon fruit are in full swing. We didn't talk about this, but this is a Frankie's Red variety, and over here is a failed flower bud. Here's a green fruit from Frankie's Red, and you can see the thorns on it. And over on this side, we have a failed flower bud there. So one other thing I want to show you, I did not even see this, wasn't expecting. Here's that same David Bowie. This flower never really opened up, but it looks like it may have pollinated itself. So hopefully we'll get a surprise fruit. We really wasn't expecting that. And as I'm standing here, I'm seeing we have all these little gold dots here. These are all flower buds, and we have more here as well. So probably looking over it, counting quite a few. We'll thin those out. Here's that same Hana variety, and these flowers are a little bit newer. In fact, this was last night, and this is probably maybe either a day older or a day younger. Doesn't quite show that if it's setting fruit yet. It doesn't have that defined line yet, so we shall see. Coming around the back side, some exciting, we have a new flower buds here off of one of these new varieties. This is one of the Ocentas, so it's pretty exciting. This is the Delight we took a look at, and as you can see, and you got that line here, it stops, so it's looking pretty good. There's that stigma, and you can see here, this is one that we pollinated, and it was dry when we pollinated it. And coming back around, also want to point out, since we're here, these we took some pictures of these particular varieties. These are Bruni and Connie Mayer, and we have two Brunis and a Connie Mayer here in this white tub. And as you can see, we had a few people when we posted photos that they had some challenges with setting fruit. Out of these flower buds, as you can see, all of these are fruit. All of this fruit. This is probably going to be fruit. You can see that line there. And then it'll look something like this. And this is the Connie Mayer variety. And you can see here now, we didn't get 100%. We lost a few. I picked those off already, but I'd say we maybe lost 5 over a 5-day period. So we've had pretty good luck pollinating that variety. It's definitely not self-fertile, but the benefit of having other dragon fruit is we can use the pollen from those other varieties. So message us and we'll let you know what our secret is. There really is no secret. We just use whatever pollen's available. Here's that Cetaceous variety, and it has that defined line there. The one below it just bloomed last night, and we have some more that are going to bloom tonight. These two were also part of the varieties that were wet, and this was its bloom night. So you can see here, definitely see that it's not yellowing all the way. And over here, none of these are yellowing. So that is really exciting. Looks like we're gonna have lots of Cetaceous fruit. We'll head over to the front of this greenhouse. And this wasn't one of the flowers, but once again, you can see when it's going to set fruit, you can identify it. Also, another one here. And here's a pink panther. If you recall, one of the first fruit we showed was this particular guy here. And the base is still green. So hopefully it'll look something like this in a few more days. So it's still slightly early to tell, but when your fruit looks like this at this stage, it's pretty much going to set fruit. And then lastly, we want to take a look at that purple haze that was saturated, and here it is. And you can see there's the bud, nice and green, a defined line right here. That typically tells me that it's going to stay on there and set fruit. So there you have it. Waiting a few days, or waiting the next morning, using a towel to pat dry the stigma, and using some day-old pollen did the trick for us. So far we're showing no signs of bud failure, and if anything changes we'll let you know, but we're expecting fruit off of all of those different varieties even after a hard night downpour. Thank you for watching.